Okay, let's start. वागर्ता विव संपृक्तौ वागर्त प्रतिपत्तये जगत पितरौ वंदे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ प्रपंच सृष्टिन् मुकनास्य कायै समस्त संहारक तांडवाय जगज्जनन्यै जगदेक पित्रे नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां हरिः ओम्। भृङ्गीचा नटनोत्कट करिमदग्राही स्फुरन्माधवाह्लादो नादयुतो महासितवपुः पञ्चेषु नाचादृतः सप्तपक्ष सुमनो वनेषु च पुनः साक्षान्मदीये मनः राजीवे भ्रमराधिपो विहरतां श्रीशैलवासी विभू कारुण्यामृतवर्षिणं गणविपद्ग्रीमश्चिताकर्मठं विद्यासस्य फलोदयाय सुमनः संसेव्यमिच्छाकृतिम् नृत्यद्भक्तमयूरमद्रिनिलयं चञ्चज्जटामण्डलं शम्भो वाञ्छति नीलकन्धर सदा त्वां मे मनश्चातकः आकाशे नशिकी समस्तपणिनां नेत्राकलापीनतानुग्राहि प्रणवोपदेशनिनदैः केकीति योगीयते श्यामां शैलसमुद्भवां घनरुचिं दृष्ट्वा नटन्तं मुदा वेदान्तोपवनं विहाररसिकं तं नीलकण्ठं भजे सन्ध्याघर्मदिनात्ययो हरिकराघात प्रभूतानकः ध्वानो वारितगर्जितं दिविशतां दृष्टिच्छटा चञ्चला भक्तानां परितोषबाष्पविततिर्वृष्टिर्मयूरिशिखा यस्मिन् उज्ज्वलताण्डवं विजयते तं नीलकण्ठं भजे आद्यायामित तेजसे श्रुतिपतैर्वेद्याय साध्यायते विद्यानन्दमयात्मने त्रिजगतः संरक्षणोद्योगिने ध्येयाय किल योगिभिः सुरगणैर्गेयाय मायाविने सम्यक् ताण्डव सम्भ्रमाय जटिने सेयं नतिः शाम्भवे नित्याय त्रिगुणात्मने पुरजिते कात्यायनी श्रेयसे सत्यायादि कुटुंबिने मुनिमन प्रत्यक्ष चिन्मूर्तये माया सृष्ट जगत्त्रयाय सकलाम्नायान्त संचारिणे सायं ताण्डव संभ्रमाय जटिने सेयं नतिः शम्भवे. So we have seen 56 shlokas where we stopped. As I have been saying, Shivananda Lahari is a great kavya also. The alankaras that Shankaracharya has brought, while he talked about bhakti, he talked about Vedanta, all that, but it is also a very beautiful kavya. So he has stretched his imagination very beautifully. Today we'll see a particular shloka which I really, when I read it, I felt so good about it actually. It's ekdam, number one quality material for a kavya, although it is a bhakti grantha. So I think that is the charm of this grantha. You can consume it in many ways. So we will see after all these, the last two shlokas that we saw are about the Ananda Tandava, Sayam Tandava Sambramana. That is what you find in both of them. That the Pradosha Kale, Shiva Tandava is a very celebrated piece of knowledge in Shiva Purana and other Puranas and all that. So that is what Shankaracharya spoke about in the last two shlokas, 55 and 56. So we'll see two more shlokas today, where he takes us to another round of this bhakti. So let us see this shloka. Nityam sodara puranaya sakalanuddishya vittashaya vyartam paryatanam karomi bhavata sevam nanajane vibho majjanmantara punyapaka bhalata tadvam sarva sarvantaraha tishtasyeva hitena va pashupate pashupate te rakshaniyosmyaham. Nityam Swa Udara Puranaya. That is how it comes, Soda Puranaya. Swa Udara Puranaya. In Sandhi it has become Sodara Puranaya. Sakalan Uddishya. Vittashaya. Vyartam Paryatanam Karomi. Bhavataha Sevam Na Jane Vibho. So there are two thoughts there. In the first two lines, there are two different thoughts which are put together. Then he says, Mat. That Majjanmantra is actually, Takara has become Jakara in Sandhi. That's a Majjanmantra. Mat Janmantara Punya Paka Balataha. Okay, Balataha. Tvam Sharva Sarvantaraha. Tishtasi. Yevahi tena va pashupate te rakshaniyaha asmi aham. So that is the pada vicheda, sandhi vicheda. Once you remove the sandhi, most of the meaning becomes obvious. So the answer is not very complicated. That's why I always say, learn only sandhi and samasa. You would be actually ustad in Sanskrit. From the purpose of making sense of what it is. Because you just need only sandhi and samasa. It doesn't take much time. We should know how sandhis happen, how samasa happens. That's all. Then we know how to, over time, sometimes we'll break it wrongly, but very soon we'll get it right. Because we've been doing it again and again, and more or less we'll get it right. So, once you break it, it gets very obvious. So, he says, Nityam Vyartam Pariyatanam Karomi. That is a message. Every day, just I am wasting my time going here and there. Atanam is going. Pari, the Upasarga Pari in Sanskrit is the 360-degree kind of. If you want to say anything all round or again, let's say Pariprachya. Tadvidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Seveya. So that Pariprashna means you go around and round and round and keep on inquiring. Anything you want to cover wholesome, you have to use Pari. So this Atanam is all over the place. Let's say Pariyatanam. Let's say Delhi Pariyatan, the transport corporation is called Pariyatan. It goes all over the place. No? So that's how the word comes actually. So Pariyatanam. So what Shankaracharya is saying, Nityam Pariyatanam Karomi. In fact, as I've been saying, if you have to learn Sanskrit, just catch hold of the verb. That's all we have to do. Karomi is a verb now. So I am doing. So then ask, what am I doing? Who is doing? When am I doing? How am I doing? That is what will be there in that. They are called karakas. You have to go around the verb. So this is the third thing. If you learn sandhi, samasa, karaka, almost we can crack Sanskrit. And they are beautiful concepts. They are not complex concepts. They are beautiful concepts. Once we know these three, so I'll use karaka, karomi. I found a verb now. So he says, I am doing. Karomi is for first person. I am doing. Then you can ask, what are you doing? He says, atanam karomi. He says, pariyatanam karomi. He is putting an adjective there. Anyway, so I am going here and there. Pariyatanam karomi. Then you can ask, why are you doing this? Or, can you qualify it? He says, vyartham pariyatanam karomi. Okay. Then we can ask, when are you doing? Nityam. This is how the words come. That's how the words get attached to a verb actually. So these are the karakas actually. So nityam. I am doing perennially. Nityam not necessarily means every day. Nityam means forever. Perennially, I am only wasting my time going here and there. That's what is the first part. Okay. So jane is another verb. No, na jane, I don't know. So then he asks, what do you don't know? Sevam na jane. I don't know. Kasya sevam. Vibho, so that Vibho is there. Vibhu is a Sambodhana is there. Vibho. I don't know how to do seva for you. So in the first two lines, Shankaracharya says only two things. First he says, I am just wasting my time here and there. And it is a everyday affair for me. It's a permanent affair for me. Perennial affair for me. I am just wasting my time going here and there. So nityam pariyatanam vyartam pariyatanam karomi. Vibhoho na jane se bhavataha sevam na jane. Kasya seva? Bhavataha seva. Yours. Bhavataha sevam na jane. Right? Now, why am I going here and there? That's another question we can ask. Around the verb we can ask. Why are you going here and there? Shankaracharya gives three answers for it. So he says there are three reasons why he's talking about us. He says, how do we spend our time? In a lifetime. In a janma, how do I spend our time? So he says there are three things which people generally end up doing. One is swa udara puranam, filling one's own stomach. Udara is stomach. Puranam, which is a biological requirement at the end of the day. We need to fill our stomach. And much of our, working and making money is first. That is, we need, otherwise it is going to be difficult. Yeah, I think the Raman's parents maybe. So, please come. So Shankaracharya gives three reasons. Vyartam pariyatanam karomi. I am just wasting my time going here and there. Why? He says three reasons why this is happening. One, he says, swa udara puranaya. Filling one's own stomach. This is what all of us are doing. We have to earn our living. We have to, have 3 meals. Children must have 3 meals. So he says that is the first reason I am spending my time. Swa udara puranaya, sodara puranaya. That is the first one he is saying. Then the second and third are very interesting. Second one he says, sakalan uddishya. You look at a lot of people are just wasting time to impress X, Y, and Z. I will get something out of it. I will have to impress him. He seems to be a powerful person, so let me impress him. Or I will do something for him so that he feels I am good. So like this, I am wasting my time with the whole world. Sakalan uddishya vyartam pariyatanam karomi. I am just wasting my time going here and there just to satisfy everybody around because I get something out of it. That is the second reason Acharya says. Sakalan uddishya vyartam pariyatanam karomi. Then he gives the third reason why we spend our time. He says, Vitta Ashaya. Vitta is money. Even today, this is the big thing. Everybody talks about how to make money. That is the number one goal. Whereas our ancestors said, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. We have thrown all that Purusharthas into, that is, today, modern youngsters talk goal of life, no? The correct Sanskrit word for it is Purushartha. If you have to translate goals and objectives of life, if you have to translate it, it is called Purushartha. And our ancestors said, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Those are the 4 Purusharthas. And these four Purusharthas is strictly in that order. First Purushartha is Dharma. Without violating Dharma, Artha. Without violating Dharma and Artha, Kama. If we do these three Purusharthas very well, Moksha Purushartha will come. Because our frame of mind will all be cleaned. Chitta Shuddhi will happen. If Chitta Shuddhi happens, we are ready for the other Purushartha. That is what our ancestors said. But in modern parlance, it is not. In fact, in modern parlance, I see exactly the reverse. First, Kama eva Purushartha. I have to get this, I have to get that. We have reversed this. The Western paradigm has reversed it. First, Kama. I have endless desires, and the desires will keep on increasing. I have to fulfill it. Now, for fulfilling it, I need money. So, Kamasya anusarena artha. Money is not there. Credit card company is there. This fellow is giving advance. That fellow is giving EMI and all that. This is the Western paradigm. So, Kama Purushartha, Kamasya Anusriti Artha Purushartha. After all this is over, if possible, follow Dharma. This is how things are happening now. Our ancestors actually said it the other way. Dharma Artha Kama Moksha. So, this Vittashaya comes there. Shankaracharya says, Vittashaya Vyartam Paryatanam Karomi. I am just wasting my time trying to make some money and will accumulate a lot of karma. Gahana Karmano Gatihi is what Bhagavad Gita Krishna says. Kim karma kima karmati kavayopi atra mohitaha. Most learned people don't understand what is karma. It is very deep. Gahana karmano gatihi. All these will add karma like anything. Many of us don't even realize. We will take thousands of janmas to finish it. Not one janma or two janma. Shatakoti janma is what he says. Unwittingly, we are getting without a framework, without understanding the larger picture. All that we are doing. So, Shankaracharya says, Nityam Swa Udara Puranaya, filling one's own stomach, Sakalan Uddishya, taking, impressing everybody, all people around me, I want to impress and get something out of them. Vittashaya, Vyartam Paryatanam Karomi. I am just wasting my time, spending my time. Right? That's why Bhartrihari said, Adityaihi gatara samkshiyate jivitam vyaparaihi bahukarya gurubihi kalopi najnayate. Everybody says, I am busy. And if people say busy, they already become 60, 70, 80. And they are still busy. Kalopi najnayate. Janma, vyadi jara, all those, right? Trasascha notpadyate. So many things happen around us, not a sense of fear. Bhartrihari is saying, this fellow is keep on saying, I am busy, and he is becoming old and old and old. He is all the time, I am very busy, I have so many things to do. Unmatta bhutam jagat, pitva mohamayim pramada madiram, unmatta bhutam jagat. This fellow has drunk something. He has become nuts. That's what Bhartrihari says. Here he says, I am just wasting my time and going and going and going. Come out of all these into a Sanmarga is the greatest grace of Lord. For that also we need only Bhagavad Anugraha. And that must be our number one prayer. So that's what he says. Then that's the first thing he says. First 1.5 lines he says, these are the 3 things you do, I waste my time. Then he says, Bhavatah sevam na jane. I don't know how to do seva. I have just wasted my time. I was thinking all kinds of things. I forgot. I did not know how to do a puja, how to offer bhakti to you. Nothing I know. So, Bhavataha say, Sevam na jane vibho. Hey Vibhu, I don't know that I can offer my bhakti to you. That also I did not know. I just left it. Saying I am too busy doing this, that, and so on. I have just wasted my time. So that is what the first 2 lines he says. Then comes the second 2 lines. Mat janmantara punyapaka balata. In this janma, I have not done anything great. What I have done, I have told in the first 2 lines. I am just going here and there, doing this, doing that, and so on. So I don't know what I did in this janma, but I think I have done something in Purva janma. Some good is there. Janmantara, mat janmantara punya paka. That punya is paripaka of the punya has happened. That is why I am thinking of you now. After all these, I am thinking of you. So, mad janmantara punya paka balataha, on the strength of the punya of my previous janma, that's what he is saying. Mad janmantara punya paka balataha, tvam, you, now you have to take care of me. I have a little punya. So you have to give credit for me. I have a little punya in this janma, I might not have, but at least I have something. You have to take it into consideration. Don't leave me. That's what he's saying. Sharva. The word sharva means one who creates himsa, one who creates violence, or one who creates disturbance. So why we call sharva for Shiva? There are two ways you can understand. One is he is a pralaya murti, samhara murti. So that is one way to understand Sharva. He is a pralaya murti. So at the pralaya kala, everything will be disturbed. Everybody will be himsa for everyone. Because it is a mahapralaya. Srishti sthiti laya. So in that. The other way is, other meaning of Sharva is one who can create disturbance to those who disturb Shiva Bhaktas, who have the grace of the Lord, he will take care of them. That is another way to understand. But anyway, that is the meaning of Sharva. Sarvantarastitaha. In earlier shloka, he has already said, Chetak kuhare panchamukosti mekuto bihi. You are sitting in my heart. Where is the bhaya? I have no bhaya. So, sarva antarastit tishtasi. Sarvantaraha tishtasi. You are actually sitting in everybody's hridaya kuhara. The Paramatma is inside. He says, Hriddese Arjuna tishtati in Bhagavad Gita. Brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudeva. That's what he said. Mayaya. Ishwaraha tishtati. In everybody, the Ishwara is only sitting. But we don't know. That's why, jokingly, I keep saying it several times. Nochur Swami used to say that there was a lecture, one great Pandita was giving some Vedanta lecture. He said, you are Brahman, you are Brahman, you are Brahman. This fellow never ever gets. Once he called him buffalo, he got very angry. He said, 1,000 times I called you Brahman, you never woke up. Once I told you buffalo, you immediately get up. Moment I say buffalo, you get up. This is because of this. We don't know what is inside. We have packed it very tightly and kept it so we do not know what is inside. That is why all these are happening. So, sarvantaras tishtasi eva. You are very much with me inside. Right? Rakshaniyaha asmiyaham. That's what is Rakshaniyo asmiyaham. That's how it ends. Because of my puro janma pala, this janma I would have done whatever I would have done. I have some credit balance with me. So therefore, you must come and protect me. You must take care of me. Only because of that Purva Pala Janma, I am praying to you. Otherwise, this thought of prayer does not come to many people. This thought of Lord, the thought of Bhagavan comes. To get the thought of Bhagavan, we should have crossed some 1,000 Janmas already. 10,000 Janmas already. Otherwise, that is exactly the thing. It takes several Janmas even to reach this stage. That's why he says Purva Janmantara, Punya Paka Balataha. So he says, hey Pashupate. So here you see what is the adjective he is using. Pashupate. Pashunam Pati. There is a sense of helplessness Acharya is bringing here. And what is a Pashu? Pashu doesn't have a sense of discrimination. The Pashu has to be tied to a... You have to keep the Pashu, otherwise it will be aimless. So we are more or less like that. That's why every adjective in every shloka has a meaning. We have been seeing it in Shivananda Lahari. So here he says, Pashupate. Pashupate, te rakshaniyaha asmiyaham. I am fit to be protected by you, taken care of by you. Let your grace befall on me. I want your kataksha. If you don't look at what I have done. First two lines says what I have done. But the next third line says, I still have hope because I have done Purva Janma, Punya. Therefore, you protect me, take care of me. So that's what he says. Shankaracharya has said the same thing so beautifully in Siva Aparadha Kshamapana Stotra. So I will bring that shloka, which he says the same thing very nicely. So I thought I will bring that. Snatva pratyushakale snapana vidividau nahritam gangatoyam pujartam va kadachit bahutara gahanat khandabilvi talani nanita padmamala sarasi vihasita gandha pushpaihi todartam kshantav yome aparadaha Shiva Shiva O Shri Mahadeva Shambho. Same idea he says differently here. He says, Snatva, early morning, get up before sunrise. Because we are told that if you take bath after sunrise, it is Paishacha Snana. We should not get into too much of Dharma Shastra, actually. There are so many problems with Dharma Shastra, the way it is written. For example, the toilet must be 80 feet away from the house. So I have to go to your toilet, you have to come to my toilet. No other way. Modern living is different now. So anyway, let Dharma Shastra remain. But anyway, what he is saying is, Snatva, take snana, okay? Pratyushakale, that's a ushakale. At the twilight zone, you have to take bath. Pratyushakale snatva, okay? Snapana vidhi vidho, that's the vidhi I told. There is a rule of taking bath. You have to take bath before sunrise. That's the snapana vidhi. Snapana vidhi vidho. Nahirtam Ganga toyam. I did not bring Ganga water every day to me. I went 5 years back. I have it in a small dabba, in a copper dabba. I have kept Ganga water. One day I'll open it for my father's Shraddha. I may open it. So Nahirtam Ganga toyam. I did not bring Ganges water to you to do Abhisheka for you. Okay? Pujartamba. Okay, leave it. At least did you bring some flowers for puja? Pujartamba kadachit bahutara gahanat. Gahanat is very deep. In the deep forest, you get a lot of flowering plants. There's a lot of good flowers are there. So bahutara gahanat khanda bilvi talani. I did not bring bilpatra. Bilvapatra I did not bring. I did not bring good flowers. Nothing I brought. Okay? Nanita Padmamala. I did not go to Sarasi Vikasita. Fresh from the pond. Right? In Tamil Nadu, you get lotus only in Kanyakumari district and somewhere in Trichy and all that. Other places, you don't get lotus. Lotus is very costly because it has to be brought from there. Here also, you go to Shimoga area, you get some good, in the lakes, you get very good lotuses. So, Sarasi Vikasita, Padmamala, Nanita. I did not bring even a lotus flower for puja. Okay. Gandha Pushpaihi. I did not bring Gandha Pushpas. Very nice, these smelling pushpas. There are different pushpas which are special fragrance. I did not bring any of that. Nanita, Todartam, for your sake. Right? So, Kshantavyo me aparadaha. Ado karma prasanga, that's how it starts. It's a very nice set of beautiful shlokas. Ado karma prasangat kalayeti kalusham matrukukshav stitam mam vinmutra medyam madhye kote eti nitaram. That's how it starts. How my birth happened in the mother's this thing. From there, because of karma prasangat, like that, this is a nice shloka. So in that he has brought this same idea in a different way. Point is, bhakti is all about doing things with a little bit of bhava. We saw the 9th shloka also in Shivananda Lahari. Gabire kashare vishati vijane gora vipine vishale shaile cha brahmati kusumartam jatamatihi chetas sarasijam umanat bhavate sukena avastatum jana iha na janati kimaho. This fellow is running all over the place for flowers. He has a flower here. He doesn't know how to take it and offer it. Like that he said in the 9th shloka of Shivananda Lahari. Anyway, that is what he is. I have minimized it. It's okay. No, I think no, I'll minimize it. In the recording it will come. We don't need the video. So we talked about Vyartham Paryatanam. We are just wasting your time going again. Bhajagovindam, again, Shankaracharya has brought two beautiful shlokas to explain that. Okay, he says, look at what he's saying. Jatilo mundi lunchita keshaha, kashayambara bahukrita veshaha, pashyanya pichana pashyeti mudaha, udara nimittam bahukrita veshaha. So he says, somebody is a jatila, this long jata, thick, no, the hair when you cut, some sannyasis are like that, no, jati. They are called jatin, jatilaha. Some people are jatil. Jatinaha. Some people have done mundana, mundi. They have removed their hair. Some people are lunchita kesha. There are one order in which they pluck one hair at a time. That's how they remove. To bring vairagya. It's not haircut. Remove one hair at a time. That's called lunchita kesha. These are all different ways of the ascetic order. Sannyasa parampara. There are different ways. So this is jatili. Some people don't. So look at here. Shankaracharya is giving three ends of the spectrum. Don't cut hair, remove one at a time, or shave once and for all. These are the three examples he is giving for the sannyasin. Jatila never cuts the hair. Lunchita keshi is the most difficult way of removing the hair. And then mundanam is a simple, straightforward, tonsering the head. He gives those three examples. Jatilo, mundi, lunchita keshaha. All these are kashayambara bahukrita veshaha. These are all, he's talking about the sannyasa parampara. They are like this. Bahukrita veshaha. Okay? But then, pashyanyapi cha na pashyati mudaha. He says, there is so much to see in the world. You have to see the sukshmartha of world. The tatparya of everything in the world, we have to understand. If you don't understand, then our seeing is vyartha. It is like blind. Pashyanapi cha na pashyati mudaha. A muda, he is a muda. He has no brains. He has to see what has to be seen in this world. He is seeing everything, he is missing the essence. So, pashyanapi cha na pashyati, he is a muda. Udara nimittam. So, udara purnam. That's what he said there in the Shivananda Lahari shloka. Here he says, udara nimittam bahukrita veshaha. Just for the sake of filling our stomach, we put all kinds of shows, and that is how we spend our time, our lifetime goes like that. And then he goes on in the next shloka. Angam galitam palitam mundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam vridhoyati grihitva dandam tadanapi munchati asha pindam. Here is one person, angam galitam. The body has withered, jirnam. It's all withered. Okay? Palitam mundam. Hairs have fallen. So it has all become, mundanam need not be done. Actually, all hair has fallen. So palitam mundam. Okay? Dashana vihinam jatam tundam. Dashati means bites. So dashanam is tooth. All the tooths are fallen. Vihinam. Vihinam is without. So dashana vihinam jatam. So here is a person who is, his sarira has become jirna. Hair has fallen. Tooth are all gone, so you go to dentist and get a new one so that it looks all right and so on. Such a person, vriddha, elderly, old person. Yati, he goes here and there, grihitva dandam. He needs a walking stick. He cannot walk. He has become so weak. Grihitva dandam. Tadapi, even with all these, na munchati asha pindam. So there is a very nice, in Upanishad story, there is one nice thing. There is one fellow who was falling inside a deep well. Well is very deep. He is already falling into the well. Okay? And there is one old root of the tree. He is holding on to it. And the root is giving up. It is very old. So in a matter of 1 minute or something, the root will break. He is anyway going to fall. This is the situation. At that time, from that, there is one beehive on the top of the tree. And honey is dripping. This fellow is extending his tongue to take the honey. He is going to fall in no time. He is going to fall in no time because the support is giving up. And it is a deep well. He will not come up once he falls. Even at that time when there was honey dropping from the beehive, this fellow is stretching him out of the way and his tongue to taste it. This is the example. So it is like that. So that's what Shankaracharya is saying. We end up, see, these temptations are there for us. I am not talking ill of all these temptations. What I am saying is, even amidst all these temptations, we must hold. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says in his parable, he says that that small boy in a village with his mother, I have seen it in my childhood. One mother and a boy will come, they will draw a circle and put one stick in the middle. And the small boy will hold on to that stick and do some 1 hour tamasha. Finally, people will give some coins. Some tricks he will do, he'll jump here and there and all that. Ramakrishna Paramsa gives that example. He says, when that happens, you should hold on to, that boy will always hold on to the stick. Otherwise, he'll fall. Support is there. Otherwise, he'll fall. The same way, when we do all these, we should not leave our support. Our support is Bhagavan. That is what I think we have to get out of it. It's not that we have to throw up all the, none of our scriptures say you give up everything. They're all wrong understanding. It never says give up anything. You should know how to handle things, how to ride the horse properly. So that is what all these are. Anyway. Then this is a very beautiful sloka. This is where Shankaracharya's, the greatness of Shivananda Lahari is the kavya and the alankaras. Look at what a beautiful idea he is bringing. Let us see this shloka. That's why I put that photo also. Let us see what it is saying. Eko varija bandava kshitinabo vyaptam tamo mandalam bhitva lochana gocharo pibhavati tvam koti surya prabha vedya kinna bhavasya ho ganataram कीतृक् भवेन् मत्तमः तत्सर्वं व्यपनीय मे पशुपते साक्षात् प्रसन्नो भव. Very beautiful sloka. What he says, let me do a padacheda and then we'll come. Eko varija bandava. It's a beautiful choice of the word. Vari means water. Varija means jalaja, which is lotus. Padmaja, varija, jalaja. Vari is water, ja is Janma. Okay? So Varija, which gets its birth in water. Because you see lotus only on a water pond. No? So that's a Varija. And Varija Bandhu. The question is, who is the friend of lotus? We'll come to it. We'll come to it. That's what he says. He is the friend. So beautifully uses words here. He says, the friend of the lotus. That is a Varija Bandhavaha. Okay. Kshiti nabascha kshiti nabaha. This is a dvandva samasa. Kshibis, okay. Kshitischa nabascha. Kshiti is bhumi. Naba is akasha. Space. So bhumi and antariksha. Okay. Kshiti nabo vyaptam. Vyaptam is one. We'll come. Huh? Tamo mandalam, or single word. Bitwa, single word. Lochana gocharaha api. Symmetrically uses the word Lochana and Gochara. So again, a very beautiful play of words, right? We'll see what it is. Lochanam, Lochanasya Gocharaha, Lochana Gocharaha. This is a Tatpurusha Samasa actually. Lochana Gocharaha api, Lochana Gocharopi. That is how that word is coming. Bhavati Tvam Koti Surya Prabha. Okay? Vedyaha Kim na, okay, Bhavasi aho, that is Bhavasya aho is Bhavasi aho. E and A will become Yakara, Yan Sandhi. They call it as Yan Sandhi. Bhavasya aho, Ganataram, Kidrig, Bhavet, Mattamaha. Bhavet plus the thing will become Nakara. That's why Bhaven is coming. Bhavet, Mattamaha. Tatsarvam vyapaniya me pashupate sakshat prasanno bhava. You know what he is saying here? He is saying, let us see who is this Varija Bandhava. The friend of lotus is sun. Only when the sun comes, the lotus opens. The greatness of lotus, the sapalata of lotus happens only because of a sun. No? Sun is not there, it will be like this. When the sun comes, it beautifully opens. Huh? Huh? Varija Bandavaha, it is in plural. Maybe Acharya is talking about the everyday event. Because he is representing the everyday event, so he is talking about the Surya happening again and again. Must be the only reason for that. Okay. Bandavaha. That's why he said Eko. Oh, this is Bandavaha Yasya. This may be Bahuvrihi. This is talking about the lotus. It is not talking about the Surya. That is why it is talking about the lotus. Eko Varija Bandavaha. Varija Bandava is the Bahuvrihi to say the one who is the friend of lotus, friend of lotuses, like that. That's why the plural is coming. Okay. Good question. So Ekaha. So there is only one son. Ekaha Varija Bandavaha. Okay. And what is this one sun does? When it comes, when the sun rises, what it does? Kriti Nabasya Vyaptam. That is the photo I am showing. See, look at half an hour before sunrise. Now it is sunset. We can also see it. It will all become dark, pitch dark. The moment the sun comes, the complete whole world and the interspace and the antariksha, tamo mandalam is bitwa. It pierces, it cuts, it removes. Bit means to cut or pierce. So he says, one Surya, look at what Acharya is saying. One Surya is able to tear the great, vast amount of space of darkness. World is so big. And the area of the world, and think of the Antariksha is even bigger. And sun itself is so many black kilometers away from us. From there he is coming. And one sun. Eko Varija Bandavaha, Kriti Nabaha Vyaptam, Tamo Mandalam. This Tamo Mandala is completely covered the space and the earth, pitch dark. Amasya day, and you should see the sunrise after Amasya, then this is 100% true. It's pitch dark, na? Some moon is also not there. It's all dark. And then one sun comes. In about 15-20 minutes, all the darkness is eaten away. Gone. All the dark, bitwa. It tears into it. It splits. Everything happens. Right? Bitwa. And what it does? Lochana gocharaha. See, gochara, the word gochara means destination. The Lochana gochara. What is the gochara for Lochana? World of objects. What is the gochara for ear? World of sound. What is the gochara for nose? The world of smell. These are all jnanendriyas. So it's called gochara. Gochara means its destination. Right? He says, that means we are able to see. That is what it is saying. I am able to see this, I am able to see the tree, I am able to see walking down, I am able to see somebody taking a walk, I am able to see somebody driving a scooter, I am able to see that there is a patra which I left on the table. Everything has become visible now. Everything has become a Lochana Gochara now. That's how he uses the word. What he is saying is, once the darkness goes, the world of objects opens in front of you. Everything becomes visible for you. The Vyapara through the eye starts. You start looking here and there and all that. All Vyapara starts. Lochana Gochara api bhavati. So far is good. So in the first 1.5 lines, Acharya is saying, what is the greatness of one sun? One sun, such a vast amount of space of darkness. One sun can just like that remove all of them. And all the world will become a Lochana Gochara for me. The word Lochana is also very beautiful. Lochra means darshane. So that's why it's called Lochana. Because this is an instrument for seeing. So Lochana Gochara api bhavati. Now Acharya brings the trump card. He says, you are Surya Kodi Prabha. I am now talking about one Surya. You are Koti Surya. He has got Shiva into a trap now. He talked so great about one Surya. Now what Acharya is saying? Tvam Koti Surya Prabha. Your brightness is equivalent of Koti Surya. न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकम नेमा विद्युतो भांतम कुतोयम अग्निः तमेव भांतम अनुभाति सर्वम तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति. Kathopanishad, Shvetashwara Upanishad, Mundakopanishad, and all the three Upanishads, this mantra is there. Natatra Suryo Bhati, in that Surya is nothing. Surya will not even rise. Natatra Suryo Bhati, Nat Chandra Tarakam. What to talk of Chandra and which is borrowing the light? What to talk of Chandra and Tarakas? Nema Vidyuto, Vidyut. What is Vidyut? Vidyut is nothing. Agnihi. Tameva Bantam. He is the source of light. Anubhati Sarvam. All light follows him. Tameva Bantam Anubhati Sarvam. Tasya Basa Sarvamitam Vibhati. He is the source of light which lights everything. He lights everything. The Ishvara lights everything. That's what the Upanishad said. So that what is now Acharya is called Shiva. He told, hey Shiva, Pashupate, you are equivalent to 1 Kodi Surya. If one Surya can do such wonders, why can't you do? Look at the Kavya Ruchi of this shloka. How beautifully it brings this concept. That's why he says, Tvam Koti Surya Prabha. Your brightness is equivalent of. That's why in Vishwarupa Darshanam, in Bhagavad Gita, he says, Sahasra Yugapad Udita Basas Sadasyas. When he said, Sanjaya said, when Vishwarupa was on, Basa Sadrishishat, he's looked as though 1,000 suns rise at the same time. Pasastasya Mahatmanaha. In fact, that Oppenheimer, who did the atom bomb, he was inspired by that shloka. He said, when I first did the atom bomb in 1945, Oppenheimer, when he exploded the atom bomb, apparently uttered that shloka of Bhagavad Gita. Divi Surya Sahasraya, Yogapad Udita Basa Sadisat, Basastasya Mahatmana. Apparently he said that shloka. Because he was inspired by Gita. He said the 1,000 Surya rising at the same time, that light, that shloka came to me when I saw the atom bomb first time when I actually exploded it. Like that they are saying. So now Acharya says, Tvam Koti Surya Prabhavaha. Then he says, Ganataram Kidrig Bhavet Mattamaha. My tamas. Mattamaha. My tamas is very, very, very dense. That's why 1,000 times you tell me you are Brahman, I am not going to just agree to you. I will go by my way of doing things from morning to evening. I don't care what you say. You say buffalo, I'll get up. You say Brahman, I am not going to get up. Whatever you say, million times also, I am not going to get up. Why? Because my Kidrik, look at how. Kidrik is how, just like this. It is like this. Kidrik Bhavet Mattamaha. My tamas is just too much. There is no upama for it. It is so, I am steeped in ignorance. Kidrik Bhavattamaha Tat Sarvam. You are 1,000, now you are 1 Koti Surya. 1 Surya can do so many wonders. You are 1 Koti Surya. And my tamas is extraordinarily deep. Ganataram. That's why I use the word Ganataram. Gana is very heavy, very dense. Gana is, that's why Mega is also called Gana. Rain-bearing Mega is called Gana. Because it's very dense. So it will pour rain. Dark cloud. So Ganataram. Taraha Tamaha. So this is comparative. You could even say Gahanam, they say Gahana and all that. So Gana is very dense. He says, my ignorance is so dense. Thousands of janmas of ignorance is piled up in me. I am taking Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Janani, Jatare Shainam, Ehasamsare, Bagudustare, Kripaya Pare, Pahimurare. I keep on birth, death, birth, death, birth, death, going on like that. I have not even understood that this is a useless game I am playing. I should get out of this game. So that is my level of ignorance. So he says, Kidrihat Bhavet Mattamaha Vedyaha Kim Na Bhavase. Don't you know? He is asking Shiva, don't you know, I have such a dense darkness in which I am stooping. And with one Surya, if you can do wonders, you know what kind of wonders you can do. That's what he is asking. Vedya kim na bhavasi. Don't you know that? Aho. So, alas, what is this? You know all these, you are not helping me. Like that. That kind of a bhava. Okay? Right? Ghanatram kidrik bhavet mattamaha tat sarvam vyapaniya. In order to remove all that darkness, you have to remove all the darkness. See, you should understand this darkness and light is used in our Vedanta very often. You know why? Because moment if this room is dark, let us say this room is dark. Moment you switch on the light, darkness will go 100%. There is nothing like after it goes, some 10% darkness will come in. We'll sit here for some time. All that see, light will 100% remove darkness. There is nothing that I will remove 10% darkness, remaining 90% I will see tomorrow. Nothing like that. When you have light, light and darkness are antithesis to one another. That's why, you know, frequently I also heard this saying, Surya Bhagavana's body is darkness. Then they said, oh, don't wait for another half an hour, you will know what is darkness. If Surya Bhagavan waited for half an hour, darkness cannot come. When light is there, darkness cannot come. They are mutually exclusive. A prime, set theory, A prime, they say, no? Like that. So that is why the moment that light comes, the darkness will go forever. Moment if somebody becomes a jnani, he can never be an ajnani. It's not like going back and forth. It's not today morning 9 o'clock I am jnani, evening 4 o'clock I am ajnani, tomorrow morning 4 o'clock I become jnani. It doesn't work like that. Jnani is jnani. That's all. So light, once it enters, that's the end of tamas. Tamasaparastat. Ajnanena avartam janam tena mukhyanti jantavaha. In chapter 5 of Bhagavad Gita, he says, Jnanena tat nashitam prakashe aditya prakasheti tatparam. There's a beautiful shloka, some 16, 17, 18 in chapter 5 of Bhagavad Gita, where he talks about all this. Ajnanena avritam jnanam tena mukhyanti jantavaha. So he says that tassarvam vyapaniya. Please remove all that. Hey Pashupate, again, I am helpless. I am a Pashu. Because if I had known this technique, why am I going to ask you? I am going through this chakkar again and again and again. Maranam jananam. I am just going through this chakkar. I have dense level of ignorance. So Pashupate, Sakshat Prasannaha Bhava. If the Surya comes, the darkness will go. So you are a Koti Surya Samaprabha, come. You Avirbhavatu. You come into me and show to me yourself, which I am ignorant. It is there, but I am ignorant. Unlike science, mathematics, see, this is something which we need to understand. Science, mathematics, astronomy, all that you have to acquire. You have to go to somebody, teach, memorize, keep it, know the formula, etc., etc. Whereas, who I am is not to be acquired. It is already there. We have to only remove what is to be removed. Who am I is already there. It is not something to be acquired, unlike other things. Certain other things which you have to acquire. Otherwise, you don't have it. Here you have it, but you have covered it and parceled it. You have to remove that parcel now. It is only removing the ajnana. So jnana sampadanam is not going somewhere and then asking 1 kilogram of jnana or nothing like that. Jnana, everybody is jnanamaya swarupaha. Satyam jnanam anantam brahma. That is a Brahma lakshana. Taittiriya Upanishad gives the swarupa lakshana. Satyam jnanam anantam brahma, and that's what it is. Yo veda nihitam guhayam parame vyoman. That's how Taittiriya Upanishad starts, no? Kumanandavalli. Yo veda nihitam guhayam parame vyoman so oshnute sarvan kamaan saha. That's how it starts. It is very brahmavita apnoti param tadesha bhyukta. That's the only, the entire Taittiriya Upanishad lesson is only that. Brahmavit apnoti param. A person who is known of Brahman, Brahmavit, apnoti param. He becomes everything. The Upanishad never said you should get Brahman. You should say you should know that you are Brahman. So that is what it is. So when the light comes, darkness will go. Just like the rising sun, which is removing the darkness. That's why I put that figure to remember this shloka. I just put that figure so that we remember this shloka. In fact, that is what in chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita also Sri Krishna says. Tesham evanukampartam aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayam atmabhavastah jnana deepena bhavata. In fact, Shankara Bhashya for this is so beautiful, for this shloka. This Jnana Deepayana Bhaswata, Acharya Shankaracharya has given a very beautiful Bhashya for this shloka actually, the Jnana Deepa. He says, what is he says? Tesham, for the bhaktas, Tesham eva anukampartam. Anukampa is such a beautiful concept. That compassion that Kampa is actually compassion in English. Anukampa is compassion, actually. So, out of compassion, hey Partha, right? He says, Ajnanajam tamaha, the tamas, the darkness that you have is it is born out of Ajnana. Here also what Krishna is saying, I'll bring a Deepa, Jnana Deepena. So that's why this Deepa, this light, tamas, these are all used very often in all our Vedantic texts, only for this reason. The moment you bring light, darkness will not to be found. You can't search darkness in a room of light. It's gone already. So that's why he says, Ajnanajam tamaha, the tamas which is born out of Ajnana, Nashayami, I will destroy. Sri Krishna says, I will destroy. Nashayami, Atma Bhavastaha. If you have that Atma Bhava, with that I will destroy, I will make sure that I will come into you. Right? Jnana Deepena. By lighting through the light of knowledge, Jnana Deepa. I will light that Jnana in you. I will come into you. I will light that Jnana in you. And I will remove all the tamas. That's what in Vibhuti Yoga, before he started telling the Vibhutis, he very beautifully in the first 10, 12 slokas, he actually explained, because Arjuna asked, tell me, people are telling like this, what is it, he asks. Then he says, I will remove all your ignorance. I will come into you. I will light the lamp of knowledge out of Anukampa. Out of compassion, I will do that. I will light the lamp of knowledge. I will remove all your tamas. Same thing Shankaracharya is asking. Only thing is he trapped Ishvara by giving the example of one son. He gave the example of one son. He says one son can do so much. Your Koti son, what are you doing? Look at that. Hasya Baba is also there. There is a very nice way he actually brings. So with that, we will close today's session. We'll have next week. We'll have class. Then only we will go. Yeah. So next week we will continue with that. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shubharatri.